I don't know why I decided to come on wearing the t-shirt that I slept in that has a hole in it that's 11 years old. But this is the journey I'm on. You know what I want to do? I want to do not even like a palette bingo, but a while ago, not making sense. Well, I didn't post it a while ago. I filmed it a while ago where I did like a throwback Thursday. I was doing a full face of old makeup and a bunch of you were saying this was so much fun. And I'm gonna be honest with you, lately on YouTube, the kind of videos that I want to do is not necessarily the kind of videos that the algorithm likes or that the bulk of the bulk of people on YouTube are interested in. I am more interested in old school YouTube content. I just want to play with makeup. I just want to have fun. And I'm not salty that that's not necessarily what people want to do, but I also feel like at this point, I might as well just do what I want to do. So you know what I want to do? I want to play with my own makeup. And my friend Alice that I have met on my Trips with Trova trip, I will leave the current one that is happening soon, well, happening next year to Spain. I will leave that in the description box. I saw that she had this like spinning wheel where she put all of her palettes and she was spinning it when she wanted to get inspiration to do like use an old palette. And I remember I used to have something like that, and I have a there's this weak like memory. It's like there's an alarm going off in the back of my head saying I had a video like that where I put palettes on a wheel, I spun it, and then I did something. So I downloaded that app again. It is called Tiny Decisions. And basically, I think I'm just gonna, oh my god, am I making sense? You can see here, these palettes, this is not all of my palettes. I should be more ashamed of than I am. These are only indie palettes. Indie palettes that I actually would like to be drawn. I'm not gonna do, I don't think I'm gonna do a palette bingo, but I am gonna pull 5 different palettes and I'm gonna do a look. Because that's what I'm feeling like I wanna do. Because I think that we should all be doing more like, you know, using the makeup we have. Because that's the thing, I love my collection and I love makeup and I love having fun with makeup. So this is gonna be me, again, diving into the big collection I have, enjoying what I have. This is not going to be posted on Thursday, so this is not a throwback Thursday. This is probably going up on a Wednesday, walk back Wednesday. Don't come for me. Okay, so let's start. I did try this wheel just to make sure that it was working. Let's pull 5 palettes. This is Sickly Sweet by Blend Bunny. You know what? Let me go get the palettes as we're drawing them. That's what I'm feeling. Okay, this is actually like really exciting because this is what it looks like. And this one has a bunch of pastels and a bunch of dark colors. And like I said, I'm not going to do a palette bingo. I'm just going to be able to, I have to use all of these palettes, but I can use as many shades as I want from the palettes. I just have to use at least 1 shade from each palette. I love pastels. I love pastels for in a corner. I love them for accents or for contrast. So this is actually, for me, an absolutely amazing palette to pull. And I'll try and put up some swatches as I talk about it as well, because I think that makes it easier to like visualize. That's also why I'm wearing this t-shirt that I slept in, because I like planning my makeup and then I like putting on clothing that somewhat goes with the makeup that I'm wearing. Not always, but a lot of the times people ask me, do I plan my makeup around my clothing or my clothing around my makeup? And if I ever do, I don't always, sometimes it clashes and I don't care, but usually I think of my makeup first and my clothing after, unless it is an occasion where I have gotten a specific outfit for that specific occasion. Okay, you can see that one is still up here. Sir. And let's do a second one. Moonshroom. I have not used that palette in a hot minute. That palette has some really nice murky colors, and I have this new t-shirt that I bought that I'm obsessed with, and now I'm thinking those. Okay, I have a sneaking suspicion of what we're doing. Let me get the palette so you can see what I mean. So here is the palette. This is the Moonshroom palette, and this is what I mean that I have these like murky tones. I feel like I can do like the contrast of a lifetime. I could also do purple if I wanted to, together with that palette, but I think I'm gonna do something with the top row here because I just bought this t-shirt. Look at this one. I just got it. It is from Zara. I got it in a small, and this is very 70s inspired. It is my type of colors, and it is like, it's perfect. Isn't this like such a me t-shirt? It feels like the 70s. It feels like my type of colors. So I'm just like, this is perfect. Let me put this t-shirt on and let us pull a third palette. We are doing, this is so much. I'm so excited. Wait, that's, what am I doing? That's by Nomad Express. Yes, Nomad Express by Polar Cosmetics. Send help.
Help is on the way, dear!
Mrs. Doubtfire!
Help is on the way!
I mean, is this not the coolest thing you've ever seen in your life? I am loving this, and I feel like this looks like something my mom was so, I mean, she's still cool, but she was so cool in the 70s. I've seen some pictures of what she used to wear, and I pretty much look like my mom. So I feel like I'm giving like my mom energy in the absolute best way. So this is the Polar Express palette, and this doesn't really go with the theme, but I love this shade right here. So I am thinking warm, grungy, like murky, yellowy crease, and then maybe an icy blue lid. I feel like that could be so cool. I feel like that could be so cool. Okay, next palette, because we are clearly doing 5, and this will be something. Solmåne 2. This is the one by Oden's Eye, and I feel like this one is like a rainbow palette. Okay, again, let me go look and find this one. Let me pull the 5th one as well, and I get both of them, and we can see what we want to do. So Solmåne 2 and Citrus Punch. Ooh, that's a fun one. That's by Simply Posh Cosmetics. That one has some yellows, and I think that one's discontinued. I did not care about whether or not things were like available, because honestly, like, I just want to play with makeup. But if any of these are available, I'll link them down below and you can have a look at them. But I'm pretty sure that this one is discontinued. Let me go get those two. And I need to think. Okay, let's start with Solmåne 2. This is by Oden's Eye. Solmåne is Swedish and it means sun moon. That's why we have this cover. And yeah, this is a little bit of like a rainbow palette. And I'm thinking maybe this one. It's pretty much the same color as the sleeve. And we can use that one, and then we'll use some of the murky ones from the Lunar Beauty one. I think that's what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna use this one. I think that will be perfect. We'll see if we use anything else from this. And then we have the Citrus Punch one from Simply Posh. And this one is just so many options. This is the newly reformulated one, because they did have one that was the old formula, and this is the reformulated one. So mine looks untouched, but it's because I've only used the reformulated one once. So I don't know exactly what we're gonna use here, but I don't see that as a problem really, because we have so many things here that would go with this theming. Even just, of course, this row here, but I'm also thinking maybe as just one of the shimmers to go in between if we're gonna do the icy blue. I need to think about this, like what I wanna do. I don't know which one I wanna use here. I need to swatch the shimmers and think about this, but let me zoom in. Let me zoom in and let's start. And also I can put a lippy on because I only put a lip liner on. And I'm thinking, I feel like I have a yellow lip oil. That would be great. Hear me out. I think I'm gonna start with this one that's called Chocolate Truffle. And I'm gonna use that in the outer part of my crease. And then we are gonna blend that out with Warm Light, which is the one from Oden's Eye. Now, and I found this one. So this is the yellow lip oil I was talking about. This is Efreet from the Warlock collection by Fantasy Cosmetica. Oh my god, can you hear me? Hello, microphone. Oh. And I think we're gonna use this one. That's cute. That's cute. Okay. Can you tell I'm like a little bit nervous? It's not that I'm nervous, but I'm like, will this work out? You never know. I mean, these are all good formulas. These are brands that I like, brands that I trust. Sorry, I'm trying to clean off this brush because clearly I didn't clean it off properly, but that's not a problem. You never know, even though like formulas are great, you never know 100% that they are gonna be jiving together. Because like, I mean, clearly things are not like the same formula. So this is the one from Moonshroom. And I'm just putting this in the outer part of the crease. And I don't know if I'm gonna darken this up even more. I might, but I love a yellow with a brown. I love, like, that's my favorite, like, neutral combo. I think we all know that by now. And I also love contrast, both contrast between colors, which we are going to do because it's going to be orange yellow with pale blues, and also contrast in darkness, which again, pale blues and like darker yellowy browns. And I also love contrast in like cool versus warm. And I also love contrast in like cool versus warm, which is, we're also going to be doing because of, again, the yellowy orange brown together with the cool icy blue. So I feel like we're getting all the things that I love in one look. So I really feel like we got lucky with these palettes. Or maybe it's just that what happened is that we got palettes that quite honestly had a lot of options in them. The only palette that only really has like one option is this one, because this one is like a more like a cool tone palette with mostly like icy blues and like grays. There's a couple of like cool tone reds, but I feel like other than that, everything is pretty, I mean, it's pretty, like, there are options. Like I said, I could have gone purple. There's so many ways I could have gone. Okay, so this is the shade Warm Light, and I feel like I'm gonna put this on the edge. And I'm also gonna put this a little bit in the inner part of the crease. I started with the brown because I wanted that one to be able to be as dark as possible. And if I put the brown on top of the yellow, because it is a lighter color and has a little bit of white pigment in it, it's gonna make it be harder for the brown to be as dark as possible. There's also a deeper brown in the palette, or in the other palettes too. So I might end up deepening this all up at the end. I'm gonna go back with the brush that I had. Did I put that one back? I might have. And going back with the chocolate truffle, and I'm reapplying that, and now I'm blending gently over the edge to blend these together. So we go like a little bit like back and forth. I think I'm gonna put these exact same colors under my eyes too. Okay, I'm finishing up some of the lower lash line. I will say I have a little bit of a line here. I don't know if you can see it. There's a line here that I wasn't like fully able to blend out. And listen, sometimes we have to like admit defeat, and that's what I'm doing. I'm admitting defeat, and I'm just leaving that be. It is what it is, basically. Let me put some more of the brown on. And okay, I'm gonna put this one away, the Moonstone one, and I'm gonna put the Solmåne away too. I think what I am gonna do, let me think about, because I know I want to use the light blue in the Polar Express. What do I want to use in the Sickly Sweet? That's what I think I need to think about. What do I want to use in this one? Because again, I need to figure out what I want to use in this one too. And what do I want to use in this palette? I'm almost thinking blue, green, and then using this yellow to green shimmer in here. This one, Tangy. Maybe that is not the worst idea I've ever had, because then I can use this one, Fake It. Let's start with that. Listen, I have an idea. One might think that I always know what I'm doing when I'm sitting down to do my makeup, but clearly that's not always true. So Fake It. Okay, Fake It goes here into the inner corner. That's so cool, by the way. This is why I love pastels. Okay, I don't love pastels for transition colors. I think they're overrated as transition colors because I feel like they're too white based to be a good transition color. They always end up lightening up whatever color you're trying to blend on top too much. I don't think you should, don't come for me. I don't think you should start your look with a pastel in the crease. I said what I said. I think they're gonna change and take out the pigment of the color you put on top too much. And when I see people do that and then complain about the pigmentation of the next coming color, I'm just like, I could have told you that. But I love a pastel as a lid color, as an inner corner highlight, or for blending out darker colors, like softening up edges, just not for like transition colors to start out with. That's really cool. Let's actually then go into the Polar Express one, and let's use, it's called North Pole, this one here. And I kind of want to, I'm going to use the same brush just like on the side instead. I could use a pencil brush, but this is how I used to use this brush before I developed a pencil brush for my own brand. So I'm gonna do this. And I'm thinking, honestly, you know what I'm thinking? There is a white here, it's called Snowy Mountain. I might do a little bit of that just where they meet. Just like to lighten that up a little bit and get them to like meet in something that's like even brighter, like that. And then let's go into Citrus Punch, and I'm gonna use this one, the tangy one, and I'm gonna do that here where they meet. This brush is so full of powder, and I am gonna spray this. I'm gonna spray this simply because I'm putting it on top of a lot of powders and I want it to stick. And I'm putting it here where you can see they meet. I didn't bother blending this out because like, who cares? I'm literally putting something on top. And usually when you put shimmers on top of pastels, they have a tendency of like lifting a little bit. Again, it's just how pastels are. They are a little bit temperamentful. So I'm gonna put the shimmer on top and I'm gonna blend the edges just a little bit. Like that. And then I'm gonna go back into that pastel, the green one, and I'm gonna blend on the edge because like I said, pastels have a tendency of lifting. It's just the name of the game. When you've used enough eyeshadow, you tend to recognize how they behave. I might put something blue here as well. I might do that. Okay, okay, hear me out. I'm gonna do this one. It's called Death Cap, and I'm gonna use my little, I love that it's not even in frame, the EOS 7. And I am gonna do a little bit of this as like a liner and just smudge it out in my outer corner, just to get this to be a little darker out here. You can see I'm not doing much. I'm just smudging a little bit to be a little detailed. I just want it to be a little darker out here. And then just buffing it out with the brush that had the middle brown. I'm just deepening that up a little bit. Okay, let's find a shimmery blue. I'm sure, honestly, does the Polar Express have something that we could use? Maybe not like a light blue shimmer. So maybe we will go into the Sickly Sweet again. How about this one? It's called Crying Sparkles. And I will do a little pencil brush if I can find one. Hello. And I will spray this one too, because again, we are putting it on top of a lot of mattes. And I'm just putting this where this one meets. So we can have a little bit of blue sparkles underneath. And then I'm just blending it out with some of that dark brown that I was using before. Oh, I got a little bit of sparkle fallout. And when I say a little bit of sparkle fallout, I actually mean a lot. Kind of, oh my god, this is me being like picky. Ugh, I kind of want to do a little bit more of the orange. Again, sometimes when you do shades that are like very contrasty, you kind of have to like go in between. And where is the other? Or maybe I'll use this one. I'll do the send help. Where is it? Here. The pastel blue. I'll do that a little bit again, because when it's so easy to accidentally lift the pastel when you start putting a shimmer. I think that, but just a little bit of sparkle. I think that's good. Ooh, do I want to do... Listen. I am nothing if not weak for prance. Isn't this a perfect opportunity for prance? Still a little salty that I have so much like blue sparkle. But isn't that perfect? I'm liking that. Okie dokie. Oh my gosh. There we go. What do you think? What do you think about the finished look? I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed. I have been oohing and awing over my look, and I think it turned out pretty good. I used these 5 palettes, and I mean, I was pretty lucky. I was pretty lucky that I got palettes that had a bunch of options in them. I mean, especially this Blend Money one. I could have saved any look with this palette, let's be honest, any options. I feel like the only one that really was like, no, you have to do something that is cool toned as well is this palette. I mean, I could have used the white. I could have only used the white, let's be honest. I was given quite flexible options. Let me know if you would like me to bring out the Wheel of Doom again, if you'd like me to do something similar. I don't know if this is gonna get any views or not, because again, I do use the views to pay my bills, but also like I just want to have fun. Listen, there is so many videos right now in the beauty community that I miss, and challenges and makeup tutorials, they're definitely some of it. So I was hoping to do a little bit of a combo. Let me know what you think down below. If you want to see more videos like this, giving it a thumbs up, leaving a comment down below, that's what helps creators know this is the kind of content that people want to see, because I regularly go through and I see what are the videos that got the most engagement, not just views, but also like likes and comments and stuff like that. So if you do like this and if you want to see it again, please let me know down in the comments. And if you want to see more things like this, and if you're not subscribed, I would love to see you subscribe to my channel as well, because I'm just over here still loving makeup. I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you soon again in a new video.